fishing, pull, subscribe on his channel, and go on the Peeler and watch his channel. Goodbye. See you tomorrow. We do a video. It's subscribe on the channel.
What's going on, folks? Welcome back to Guy with the GoPro Fishing Show. Just gonna get intros out of the way tonight. I have a big outing tomorrow with Brother John from Jab Bassin. We are going to a legendary spot here in West Virginia. It is a natural fish barrier because it is a falls where two rivers converge to meet and make the river that runs through central West Virginia all the way up to the Ohio River. So the reports from people that have been fishing there are the big walleye are biting, the big muskie are biting, and the big smallmouth are biting too. So hopefully, being the third day of a warm-up and also being prefrontal conditions because Saturday it's supposed to be rainy, in theory we should hammer some fish tomorrow. Now, one thing I try to keep in mind is no matter how nice it's getting tomorrow, because it's going to be like, you know, lows in the upper 30s in the morning, but it's getting up to the low 60s during the day. That being said, what's going on beneath the surface is still very cold, and those fish are going to be very sluggish because it had gotten that cold with that Arctic storm, whatever it was called. So, and not only that, but we're going to be fishing some deep water. So I'm bringing heavy Ned rig, heavy drop shot, deep cranking rod, something I can throw jigs and wobble heads on, and then you know, like flat sides and stuff like that for targeting the bank. And also my 7.9 swim bait rod. I'm breaking out all the big glides, all the big swim baits, including my bottom, you know, like the Tournament Talent Osprey. I got the Storm Arashi glide that's hardly ever seen the water. I got those two new ones from Frank. I'm gonna be throwing that 6-cent shad glide 130 for sure, or 160. I mean, I can't remember. I think the G crack was a 130, but the G crack might be a little too shallow because we're talking depths of like, you know, 20 to 40 foot. But that being said, I'm ready to yoke some fish out of the depths and up to the boat. So what I'll be doing is I'll mostly be wearing chest cam, unfortunately, but I got a 4-hour SD card in here, so I can just let it roll, because you can't have two guys with GoPros on voice activate, or you can turn each other's cameras on and off, and we can't be having that. So he's going to be shooting his episode while I'll be on the back deck shooting my episode. So we're just going to go have some fun and hopefully get on some fish. So I'm pretty excited. I cashed in the last 8 hours of vacation time that I had for the year. It's payday tomorrow. I don't care. I'll get it Saturday when I come in. So all the rest of the night. I broke down and spent the $26 on 20-pound Sunline shooter for my swim bait rod, because I don't. Last thing I want is a toothy critter or something to break me off. I do got leader, some Berkeley leader that I'm gonna bring with me. Alabama rigs too. Other than that, really can't think of much else. Too much current to be throwing jerk baits and stuff like that. But hopefully we can get on some kind of moving bite, whether it's really slowly dragging a wobble head or a jig or something. But anyways, I'll be spending the rest of the night prepping gear, and then I will see you guys tomorrow morning out on the water. Turned up the so dark, man. Too much air in the water. I mean, just look at how beautiful this place is. I mean, it's totally the creator and Mother Nature. Man, did they just put their handiwork all over this place. It's breathtaking. I mean, you can only, as being a shorebound angler, you can only see the one side. So the side that you just saw, I had never seen before, because you can't see it from shore. You have to be on a watercraft to get around that big bluff wall to that whole other side. And it's just, it's an amazing, legendary place. And what it also is a natural fish boundary. So when you have species like muskie and walleye, their instincts are they want to go upstream. So they're not salmon. They can't do the hopping things that you see from Alaska, and literally jump up chutes of water, especially water that powerful. But their instincts tell them go as far as they can. So, a lot of food source and a lot of big fish, that's as far as they can go. So that's why you see the amount of boats there, because knowing it's a natural fish boundary and knowing the food supply that is so abundant, there are big fish that make that their home. So it's an amazing place. So you'll see right here, I was, it was like decisions. I was throwing the Megabass Deep 6 all day, because we were fishing a lot of the 25 to 40 foot zone. So if I wasn't throwing, you know, some of the more deeper crankbaits that I know still get bit in cold water, like the Megabass Deep 6 and some other ones, the Tactical DD. We could go on and on about that. My go-tos are the Rapala DT series. And it just so happened that John, whose boat I was on, asked me to stop in Cabela's to pick up some soft plastics for him. And I wasn't even going to go down the hard baits aisle. And I stopped and looked, and I'm like, I could probably use another DT 16, which means dives to 16 foot. And I was looking through them, and the one that I picked was the last one on the peg. And what sold me on it was its natural color. But a lot of anglers, they'll take red nail polish, and if it doesn't already come on the bait, what they'll do is they'll use it to make it look like there's gills on the crankbait. Well, this colorway already has it from the factory, so I didn't have to do none of that. And it has a nice black back with some gold and a false eyes and a little bit of like a olive or hunter green, so it looks kind of Tennessee shad AU, but it's a very natural profile. And the DT series are silent baits. That's why I throw them year round, and especially in high visibility. If I want to crank, I got them all the way from the DT4 to the 16 is the biggest one I got. So I got the 4, 6, 8, 10s, a 14. I think I only got one 14 and 2 16s. And they even make a DT20. I do not have that bait, but I will get it. Rapala just doesn't let me down. There are certain brands that don't let me down. American made, Berkeley doesn't let me down. Japanese, we're going to talk Megabass, Lucky Craft. You want to talk Helsinki, Finland, I'm pretty sure is where Rapala originated. Yeah, VMC, Rapala, Storm, they're all the same company. So, you know, we're talking about a legendary bait maker. That brand was, you know, I started calling it Rapala when I was a kid, throwing the jointed floaters. I didn't know they were actually jerk baits, but I knew I was catching fish on them. So I guess, you know, if there could be one company that would say, hey, we want to do some kind of partial sponsorship, which means they'll sponsor you, but you can also throw other people's stuff. It'd be a close tie between those three manufacturers, Rapala, Megabass, and Berkeley. So, back to the footage. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, dude, yeah. Yeah. Net. I need the net. Oh, man. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, yeah.
I'm glad you're getting head first.
Oh, yeah. Woo! Dude!
It's gonna fall back in the water, man.
Holy smokes, dude. Holy smokes, that's a big walleye. Look at that. Wow. Wow, dude. That's gotta be my PB walleye, man.
Hold him up or I'll get quick.
Hold on. Let me get some slack. All right, big mama, hold on. I know it's crazy. I know it. I know it. Whoa, 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 whoa. I know, girl. So after what seemed like an eternity of, you know, scrambling to get my short pliers and then get my long hemostats to get a bait that was, you know, all the way in a mouthful of teeth, it was critical in my mind to get that fish head first into the current and then just let her go. And I watched her. You can see in the footage, the water is filling up her swim bladder, and then she headed back to the depths. So it wasn't the cleanest release, and I apologize. You know, I do my best at proper releases and getting fish back into the water, especially a fish that old and that big. So I did my best, you know. I did my best. That's all I can say. And that fish is still alive. So. Wow. Sorry, I got blood on your dang.
Everybody sitting in a...
Huh?
I said try not to yell too much when you catch it. But it's a wonder somebody's not already sitting up there. Because everybody looks and they can hear you.
I get excited, John. I can't help it.
I know, but this might be the only spot to catch fish.
Yeah. DT16 never lets me down, dude. And I just bought it yesterday. Put new hooks on it last night. So how about that, y'all? I apologize for the improper fish release, but that fish was out of the water way too long and it was already starting to bleed. So I seen her ballast and swim away. Everything's cool on that end, but the only bite all day, the DT16, don't never let me down. Whether it puts a dang hook in my thumb after catching one, or catching probably my new PB walleye if I would have had a chance to weigh it. But it's funny, ain't it, John? Because last big one where the elk met the Kanawha was about 10 months ago in the same water temperature, but it was a DT10. That's why I throw Rapala. Whew, what a fish, man. On 12-pound test. Woo. Yeah, buddy. All right, so this here is my old walleye PB, and it was on a DT10 in Helsinki shad in the same type of water, very clear but very cold. It was between 35 and 37 degrees, and I believe it was in February of 2022. I didn't get a chance to weigh yesterday's fish, but I don't know. Could have been the new PB, maybe not. But either way, now you guys know why I throw DTs like year round. They are just, when it comes to cranking high visibility water in a lot of different zones, and you need a silent bait, you cannot go wrong with the DT series. You just can't. They produce fish. Absolutely. Alright, y'all, I just wanted to show you guys that, like, if you catch a toothy critter and it gets it good like that, you want to feel your fluorocarbon or whatever your main line is, and feel if there's stretching and teeth marks. And what I do, since that fish had it pretty good, I'm going to cut off about 6 inches. Add it to my trash bag I got started. And then I'm going to take the crankbait clip back off and retie a Palomar knot to my crankbait clip. Alright. No wetting. No lime burn. That's the dude right there. Alright, so now we're ready to rock and roll again. I mean, just look at the picture of the teeth marks in the bait, and I just bought it the day before. Check it out. Oh yeah, running the boat back to the ramp. Yep, born ready. favorite part, sit down. Well guys, I know we only got on one fish today, but at least it was a good one. I don't know what it is about the DT series and mid 30 degree water, but walleye like them, and the big walleye like them, big females like them. To all the hardcore walleye people out there that may watch this video, sorry for the improper release. I just wanted to get that fish back in the water and watch her swim bladder fill up as soon as possible, because she was out for a little bit. But other than that, I mean, how could you not love this place, man? I mean, just it's so scenic. It might not be the most fish catchingest place, but it sure is pretty. I mean, look at that, folks. That's natural. That's God. That's the Creator's handiwork right there. So that's John from Jab Bassin'. This is Brian from Guy with the GoPro Fishing Show. Out for now, but just for now. Be easy, people, and be good to each other.